My most influential teacher, I would have to say, was my mother, Elena Caycedo. And although she taught elementary school briefly in Colombia, I actually never had her as a formal teacher or in a formal capacity. But she was a firm believer that education begins at home. And she was a natural teacher. She loved language, loved literature, loved music. And so she taught that to us from a very early age. I'm actually the youngest of seven. And from a very early age, she would teach us to recite poems. And because she was Colombian, actually, I was born in Colombia also, um, she would teach us primarily Spanish language authors. So we learned poems by Ruben Darío and Rafael Pombo, Gabriela Mistral, Jose Asuncion Silva. And she also taught us literature. She taught us to read prose, and so we would read and discuss like Miguel de Cervantes and Gabriel Garcia Marquez, Mario Vargas Llosa, Louisa May Alcott. She loved Little Women. Um, but, it never felt forced. It just seemed like she was sharing a passion. She was sharing this treasure with us. And we all just learned to love language and literature. Um, Interestingly, when it came to choosing a career, I actually took a very circuitous path to becoming a poet, um, because there was this pressure to have a more formal career at home, being a doctor or a lawyer or a business person, although I never felt that from my mother. And although she died actually the year that I started formally focusing on my poetry, I know that she would have been so proud of me that I was doing what I'm doing now.